Morning everyone. Start of day 4 for me. Stayed here at the Innamincka hotel. Quite lovely. It's about 11 degrees this morning, so at about 7 o'clock local time. And yeah, so it's not too bad. Don't have my thermals on today. I'm supposed to get up to about 25 and I won't get too sweaty. So yeah, Sergei's doing alright apart from the couple of falls we had. I'm going to go fill up the fuel this morning. Apparently there's always a bit of a line up, so we're going to go park the bikes over there shortly and go have a coffee and wait for the servo to open. And hopefully get out of here by about 9 o'clock. A big day today, probably 8 hours to get up to Birdsville, about 450 kilometres of off-road. And yeah, so this is the motel. It's pretty good. It's all to myself. We could have probably shared rooms, but hey, we like our sleep and we don't want to be interrupted by snoring or whatever was going on here on this bed at some point. I know it wasn't me. Anyway, catch you again soon on the road, and hope you've been enjoying the video so far. G'day everyone. Well, it's the start of day 4, fueled up, and we're heading off to Birdsville, up via Cordillo Downs. It's about a 450 kilometre trip, including some little side shoots that we're going to do to have a look at some stuff. And we've got all the biggest concern for myself and Steve is fuel consumption, so it's going to be a bit of a consumption ride, so we keep an eye on the fuel, because I've got the main tank full and I've got 9 litres in the bladder at the back. Steve has the same, and Chris has got some extra fuel as well, so we should be okay, because he doesn't think he'll need a great deal, so he put in about 15 litres into his bladder, and if we need to, we'll be able to pinch a bit of that. So yeah, it'll be a long day, I reckon. I reckon we'll be pushing to get to Birdsville by dusk, and just got to keep an eye. Now, one interesting thing is we haven't really, touch wood, haven't seen, since we sort of got past Nakundra and past that sort of floodplain with all the green wildflowers and all the grass was, we haven't really seen any wildlife, even dead, recently deceased wildlife on the side of the road. So whether it's a combination, whether it's a cause of the drought that we've been having, and they've just all moved on to greener pastures, and the greenery that you did see earlier, possibly they've all moved on over to there to a better place. So hopefully that'll be good. We won't have to be dodging anything this evening, but I'm not holding my breath. Hey everyone. So yeah, we're 115 kilometres out of Innamincka on some pretty gnarly, we're on the I think it's Arakawa Road, and the start of that was very ordinary, a lot of rocks. much just spent the whole of about 80 kilometres dodging boulders and hitting some and chewed up a lot of fuel doing that, to try and sit on a decent sort of speed, and as a result the average fuel consumption is 6.1 litres per 100, which will be quite cutting it quite fine even with the bladder. So we're sort of on this sandy clay pan corrugated road now, which is a lot nicer. There's a lot more vibration, but the bike is just not working as hard to stay on top of it, so we'll just try and make up some economy whilst we're on this sort of surface. I think trying to keep it under 5, which means I've got to sit on about 90, but as you know with corrugations you sometimes just don't have a choice. You've sort of got to get to the speed you've got to get to. Anyway, instead of dodging boulders, we're just dodging bull dust holes, and I'd much rather that. Okay, so intersection 2.
Question how strong that wind is when you're riding, but when you stop, holy cow!
Yeah, no wonder our fuel consumption is a bit high.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
We're going to be, I think we need to tap into that reserves that Chris has got.
Yeah. Maybe siphon something out of Charlene.
The Exxon Mountain.
So yeah, we've just done 155 k's, and I'm under half a tank. So we've got basically 300 kilometres to go, and only about a full tank of fuel. So
In these riding conditions.
what the hell's that? Picked something up there.
Plastic bag.
Oh, but it is, mate. Okay, we're going to take the back wheel off. Get that out. Turns out it was the Hessian bag I had underneath my fuel bladder, rubbing onto the case. So that can stay out here, and everything else at the back looks okay. I guess we're lucky. I felt something strange, but I could pop down there to see it. I was just saying they're welcome to South Australia. As soon as you cross the border, the road turned to absolute shit. Just checking the KTM rider's not in any distress. He's fine. Just turned off into Cordillo Downs, which is a big cattle property, and there's about 40 k's along this road here, which we can follow all the way to Birdsville. There's a shearing shed or some sort of big shed barn thing we're going to stop at and have a look. And the road's not too bad. A little bit of bull dust, only a little bit of stone, so it's quite comfortable to be riding sitting down on this one. So back at the intersection there, I had that bag in the caught up in the rear wheel. Turns out it was actually the Hessian bag I had. Hessian bag I had packed underneath the fuel bladder to stop the fuel bladder rubbing on the top of the back top box. Somehow that's come out and gone under the wheel, and luckily we got it all off, and there's no real damage. It's a small little piece of plastic that goes on the spacer that got destroyed, but it doesn't. It's not stopping any dirt from getting into the wheel or anything. So I was lucky. But yeah, so I'll talk to you when we get to this barn. Sorry, just thought I'd let you know about a new appreciation I have of anyone doing a Dakar rally, because not just the riding and how difficult it is, it's dealing with all that and having to navigate with those silly paper rolls, their nav book, which you're constantly looking down at. I've got the luxury of not even needing to look down at all. I just can't imagine, like, it's not, what I'm riding now is nothing compared to what they ride, and having to try and navigate your way across who knows what. Just hats off and respect to anyone that attempts it, because you need to be like 100% concentrating on what's on the road, because you know, one little stuff up and you're down, or you've broken something. And I'm not doing anywhere near the sort of speeds that they do as well. So yeah, just yeah, big appreciation to all those guys, whether you're in a team or trying to do it sheep, and those motor class guys, holy crap. Hang on. Just dodging boulders. Yeah, wow. Anyway, back to the road. I just got to try and find a safe spot to bull dust, turn the camera off. Okay, see you soon. Yeah, you might be able to hear my tyre pressure monitor beeping there, generally due to the massive boulders I've been hitting, increasing the tyre pressure quickly. Lots of good riding through Cordillo Downs, really enjoyed the day. You just got to watch out for those big boulders. My poor front rim copped a few during the course of the day. It was just a matter of dodging the bigger ones. We ran into a few four-wheel drives on the way, but none of them gave us any grief. Just a lovely day riding in a lovely country. Ruins we've just come across. Looks like it's pretty old. Hello everybody, we just crossed the Queensland border coming up from Cordillo Downs, and the quality of the road has gone from pretty ordinary to not too bad. You know, it's this as soon as we came over the border there, missed it on camera, but went from all that boulder dodging fucking rubbish to relatively good gravel. Help if I stay out of the gravel. Graded gravel road. So yeah, we're just cranking along here. It's going to be tight on fuel, and we've got about 150 kilometres to go, and I've got half a tank, so we'll see how we go. On the Birdsville development road now, 117 k's to go. I've got 3 bars of fuel left. Steve's only got 1 bar, then he's reserved, so I'm pretty confident I'll be okay, but Steve's going to be really tight. And what's this here? The Dust Devil. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. It's just off to the left there. A bit hard to see it through all Steve's bloody dust. Yeah, it's just off the side of the road there. It's not making any dust anymore. When it came across the road, it was it's right there. It's like a miniature tornado, basically. Have ridden through one before. It's quite funny. Not as big as that one though. But yeah, anyway, we'll oh, guitar. I'll see you when I see you. Whether or not we have to put fuel in Steve's bike, we'll have to wait for Chris to catch up, or I'll see you at Birdsville. As we were coming in closer to Birdsville, more of that channel country where there was just masses of green. It was quite amazing. There's the Birdsville track over there on the right. Famous races are held each year. There's a bloody guy here parked on the middle of the bridge in a tourist bus, showing his passengers the river, completely oblivious to the people parked behind him trying to get across the bridge. Still so amazing to see the greenery around so far away from the coast, where everything is still so bloody dry. So we made it into Birdsville nice and safe. Had to take a shot in front of the Birdsville sign. Found ourselves at the pub for a beverage. Saw a few of the interesting sights around town. And then we settled the bikes in for the night. Tomorrow we hit up Big Red.